Hello, my sweet friend. I am Cristina Arevalo, cake business, productivity coach, and podcaster. I help cake makers like you manage your business productively and with ease, taking control of your time and workflow to avoid stress and burnt out. I offer personalized strategies and supportive community to help you stay organized, productive, and in charge of your success. Your cake business should bring you joy, not stress. I'm here to help you build an efficient, successful, and sustainable business without feeling overwhelmed and burned out. With the right planning, strategies, and mindset, you can reach your goals, stay organized, and enjoy the journey. Let's make your cake business work for you, not the other way around. Hi there. If you like this podcast and enjoy this episode, there's only one thing I ask from you. Please follow this podcast, download this episode, and leave me a started review in any of your favorite podcast platforms where you're listening to this show now. This way, the algorithm will show the podcast to more cake artists who will benefit from, and you'll be helping me grow this show. And don't forget to share it on social media and tag me, and I'll gladly follow you back. I would love to hear what you have to say. Leave me a comment on Spotify or answer any of the questions and polls on the episode. Let me invite you to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok as the Art Cake Coach, or follow the links on the show notes to find out more ways to stay connected. Visit www.theartcakecoach.com for more. Well, hello, my sweet friends, and welcome to another episode of the Art Cake Coach podcast. Christina here, your productivity coach for cake artists, making cake business management easy and stress-free. How's everybody doing? Thank you for being back here. Last week episode was something. It was a little bit all over the place. I was a little bit rusty. And I had a lot to say, and I think I said it all at the same time. I had some feedbacks of there was one feedback that it was called my attention. It was like, I'm listening to your episode more than once, and I'm trying to figure out what to think of it. So I don't know if that was good or bad, but I liked it. I like the honesty, guys. So thank you for being here today. Today is about something that has been in the back of my mind for a little while, which is business models. The business models we're seeing more and more online, and you're gonna understand when I start talking about it. And honestly, I think there's a lot of BS going on with that. So bear with me because this episode is about small business models BS that we fall for, and then we realize things should be more simple than they actually are. So stay with me, I'll be right back. What about extra special content just for you? Audio classes, downloadable templates and PDFs, and ready to use information that will actually create results on your cake business. And all of this for less than one monthly coffee? Let me invite you to subscribe to the Art Cake Coach subscription channel with exclusive content delivered to you every month. Have access to audio classes and workshops on goal setting, time management, social media, posting, pricing, mindset, and teaching for only $2.99 a month. That's €2.99 a month. It can be yours. Follow the links to the subscription platform on the description of this episode, and with a little investment, find the essential tools to start a solid business strategy and coach you for success. Thank you for being part of the Art Cake Coach family. So, my friends, tell me if any of this resonate with you. You have seen this online, you have seen this on social media, this kind of model has popped up either on your social media feed or on your newsletters, on your email. You have seen it before. Everyone should have a business of their own and be an entrepreneur. Everyone can do it. Everybody. Everyone, if they follow what whoever is sending you the information or giving you the information says, everyone will make thousands of dollars by the end of the month, trimester, year, you make it. five figures, six figures, 10 figures. I don't know how many figures, because actually when they say figures, I start doing the math and I don't get it. But anyway, figures. Usually these apply for everything: selling, teaching, learning, small businesses, home businesses, moms who are taking care of their children, want to make some extra money, people who lost their jobs. I mean, you name it. And it usually goes through the same structure. You have something for free. That could be a webinar, could be a PDF, could be anything. You have a hook. Then you get hooked into whatever this person is offering. And then you will have to pay for that. What happens is, after you pay for that, you will be very lucky if you actually get someone who actually not only delivers, but follows up on what you pay for and what was promised to you. Not that this business model doesn't work at all. It's not new, it's been around for a while. Like I said in the episode before, I don't own a degree on business administration, so maybe it's not 100% accurate what I'm going to say, but I'm going to talk from the point of view of a customer who has fall for that. Not only has fall for this business model as a customer, but I have tried to apply it within my audience, within my business. And I have come to the conclusion it has been smelling weird for a while. When you're doing something and it feels off, it feels like you're wearing somebody else's suit that is not you. And if there's something that I've been doing my whole life when things work, is that I have been me. Is I feel comfortable doing what I'm doing. And when I try to follow this business models, cookie cutters, templates that tells you this is what you should do, it actually feels off. It feels like this is not me, and I'm always feel I have the idea that I'm deceiving my customers, that they can tell that this is not me. In the back of my mind, there was always, this is kind of BS, but I'm not sure, so I'm going to give it a try. So I'm sorry if I did it. I'm not sorry, actually, because I wouldn't be here and I wouldn't have learned and I wouldn't have got to this conclusion if I didn't use the model and if I haven't been part of the model. But honestly, I think there's a lot of BS out there. And this is what we're going to talk about in today's episode. Usually, like I said, is cookie cutter. They tell you, you do this, you follow this example, and then you get this result. It's full on social media. You cannot not see it because people is there promoting and promoting and promoting. And usually they link it to some personal story, something that happened to them, like, oh, my grandmother was so sick and I didn't have time to be with her because I had this corporate job. But then I quit, I created my own business, and I had time to be with my grandmother now. I mean, something like that. Nothing against being with your grandmother, please do. But it's like, do I really need to go through all of this just to sell you a cake or to sell you a time management planner for cake artists? Do I really have to tell you that I suffer at some point and then I don't suffer anymore because now I have a planner? Uh, it feels off. It actually feels off. And like I said in the previous episode, I'm going to say it as it is. Probably some people's not going to like it, but this is how it feels. It feels off. It feels like you're wearing somebody else's dress. The new issue of Delicious Magazine is out. Delicious Magazine, a must-have international cake, cookie, and sugared art magazine, both digital and prints. This monthly magazine is filled with interviews, tutorials, competitions, and giveaways, business information, cake collaborations, the latest trends, and information on your favorite sugar art decorating products. Delicious Magazine also features your cakes every month in our Let's Get Social feature. Go to the link in the description of this episode to purchase your monthly copy, or you can save up to 45% when you sign up for an annual subscription. Pay once and get a whole year of magazines sent to your directly on your email. You can also pay monthly and save 20% of every issue. There are no tie-ins or contracts, and you can cancel at any time. Thank you, Delicious Magazine and Kelly, for sponsoring today's episode of the Art K Coach podcast. My new model is ask the question. When there's something that feels off, when there's something that you feel that somehow is not working for you, ask yourself the question: do I really need to go through all of these steps? In our cases, I'm your art cake coach. I'm here to help you create, not create, because you already create beautiful cakes and tasty treats to sell. I'm here to help you manage your cake business. And like I said before, the business is the transaction. Once you do something, you create something and you sell it, you have a business. So I want you to make that process from home, from a small place, because you're a small business owner or you're just starting to figure out how to sell your cakes for profit. Try to make it the best way possible for you, the easiest way, and the one that works for your life. So, if you don't ask yourself the question, do I need to go through all of these steps? The social media, and again, nothing against not being on social media, but do I really need to go through all of this? The social media, the posts, I don't know, the newsletters, then attracting people, creating something for free, giving it away, creating a hook, hooking the people. I mean, to sell a cookie, do we need to? Actually, I asked myself this with my business, which is different than selling a cookie and or a cake. And I'm like, do I really need to go through all of this? Do you need to know that I had a sick grandma that I couldn't visit? Which is not true. Because this personal story, like, oh, it was so bad, and then I overcame it, and I'm so good now, that all thanks to this business model. I'm sure more, it's not just me. I'm sure more than one person out there can actually smell the BS and says, huh, this could work. I'm not saying no. This could work for certain businesses and maybe for certain people who actually feel comfortable with this. I'm not saying that it's all bad. Showing the person, giving something for free means I'm showing you what I'm capable of. I'm showing you what the product is about. But I can give you a sneak peek. I can just give you testimonials of my work so you will see that it's good. I don't necessarily have to give you a whole cake for free so you will know that my cakes are good. That's where tastings are for, not the whole cake. And what I'm seeing online right now is that people is so into getting into this business model. And again, I fell for it. I did it until now, to like months ago. You give so much, and I'm shooting myself on my foot right now, because this is what we did with Cake Friends Stay Creative when the pandemic started. And it's been there. We give so much for free that we realize, like, I'm giving everything away, and people is not going to pay for me anymore, for not for me, for my business anymore. So I think it's time to ask the questions and recap. That's what I did. I did that during my break. I was like, this is not really working. Why isn't this working? One thing is that I do eventually an event like we will do in Cake Friends Stay Creative, maybe once a year to celebrate our anniversary, but always giving for free, because what's happening is people is finding so many things for free. If you're a little bit smart and if you can connect the dots, and now with AI, why would I pay for a service? You don't need to pay for a service. Everything is out there. Come on. So, um, this kind of business model, and that's where I asked the question, and that's where I think the BS is. It's not for everyone. question it, tailor it to what actually works for you. I had this conversation before with a few of my cake friends with the feeling that it's not for our niche. All of these people who tells you, oh, you have to charge. I mean, it's not that you don't have to charge more. You have to charge what you have to charge, period. But all of these people telling you what to do, how to do it, it's not cookie cutter. It doesn't apply to all businesses. And honestly, I think it doesn't apply that well to our business because it's very creative, because it's very personal, because there's so many things to take into consideration. Sometimes I wonder because I'm asking myself question, am I just creating excuses and finding the easy way out? But actually there is deep down a voice that tells me, no, she just realized that you've been investing a lot of time. That's me, I'm talking about myself. You just realize that you've been investing a lot of time in something that maybe doesn't work for you and doesn't work for your niche. So my first recommendation for today's episode is, if you are trying to follow a structure for business and somehow feels off, ask questions. Is this for me? Is this aligned with my vision, my mission, my audience? Is this aligned with the kind of product that I sell? Is this aligned with the market that I'm selling it to? With the area where I live? I mean, all of that. Ask yourself questions. I have seen all of this, like I mentioned before. I've seen this kind of structures in the coaching world now that I learned, and I'm finally a certified coach. I'm a certified coach, so I learned with the coaching, and it was cookie cutter. It was like everybody's doing the same. Teaching platforms. When you see a teaching platform, doesn't matter what teaching platform is, it's more of the same. In selling, it's more of the same. So I think it's time, especially with AI coming in, if you get into AI and you ask for a business structure, it's going to give you the same business structure because it is what is out there. It's what everybody is doing. So I'm asking myself, is it time to change the business structure? Not changing. I'm not going to invent the wheel. The wheel is there. My job here is try to make it as simple as possible. And like I mentioned on my webinar, and yes, I did a webinar, a free webinar. I fell for the trap. Was it should be simple. You have a product. If you have a good product, a product that stands, a product that people know what it is, people go for it. Your cake, your treats, your cookies. And you have a clear audience, target audience, and your message, your cake, your product is for that audience. One person is going to buy it and then is going to say how good it was. You're going to get testimonials. You're going to get feedbacks from your clients. You're going to use those feedbacks to tell everyone my products are good, and somebody else will buy it. And then word of mouth will happen, which is the best marketing technique for a niche. This person will tell another person, will tell another person, and you will grow your business. And what you need to manage is how you manage that business so you don't go crazy in the middle. As simple as that. I started my business like that, with less structure at the beginning, with a little bit more structure. I finally figure out the structure by the end. And actually, when I look back and I think, it was actually so simple. I miss the times when I didn't have to post on social media as a strategy. Um, it was way more simple and I was making way more money. Interesting. So think about it, meditate about it, ask yourself the questions. Is this business model working for me? What do I need to sell my product? Because at the end of the day, we need two things. We need to sell our products and sell it at a good price, at a price that will make us profit. And we need to run that business in a way that doesn't drive us crazy. That's it. I'll be right back with something very interesting that I listened to on another podcast with an amazing lady that will be your guest here in the RK Coach, and you don't want to miss that one. Running a cake business doesn't have to be overwhelming. Let me help you take control of your time and workflow so you can run a profitable business without burnout. Book a free discovery call and let's chat about your needs, the needs of your cake business, and find out the best strategy to ensure success. Find links in the description of the episode so you can book a 30-minute free discovery call with me and figure it out the best way to help you. And just remember, in case nobody said this to you today, I do appreciate you and I want you to stay safe and stay creative. I already recorded an episode with a lady that I met through her podcast, Kylie, which is email marketing strategist from Australia. She's amazing. I listen to her podcast. Is down. I mean, her podcast is not cookie cutter. It's down to the T, and she tells you as it is. That's it. And I reached out to her. She said yes. We had a great interview about the option of using email marketing as a marketing tool instead or as well as social media, but to take the pressure of social media a little bit. Even though, however, I mentioned it with her, um, and I say it here as well. Our business is very visual, so I think social media will always be a great window. What's tiring about social media is the strategy behind it, and as as things go by, algorithm changes, platform changes, and AI is now in the game, it starts to get more and more complicated, which takes a lot of our time and takes a lot of our creative time thinking of strategies. We can use AI to help us. That's what I do, but still, it feels like another job in itself. So, this lady had a podcast, had an episode yesterday that I listened to in my morning walk that I loved. And Kelly or Kylie, Kylie, uh, please forgive me if I'm just going to paraphrase you today, but it was so good that I had to share it with my audience here. She talks about charging your worth, about this one of the BS cookie cutters mottos, slogans that we see everywhere. You should charge your worth. You should raise your prices. And again, we fall for that. Another one that it felt so good listening to her because every time I heard, you have to raise your prices, you have to price more, which is, I mean, let me see if I can get you to understand this. Price for profit. Make money. Don't lose money. Now, pricing, especially I'm telling you, especially in the coaching business and especially in the knowledge business, it's bananas. It's crazy. People just just raise prices and charge more for things that are more of the same that I heard from other people. Like, I don't know, if you have a Tony Robbins, you go to a Tony Robbins event, and all of these thousands of people feel like because they listen to Tony Robbins, now they are their own Tony Robbins and they repeat exactly the same and they want to charge you $5,000 for that. It's like, no, I'm not going to do it. So, anyway, charge your worth because you're worth it, because you need to raise your prices, charge your worth. One of the things she said is, your worth as a person is invaluable. You don't need to charge your worth. You need to charge what you need to charge to make money and to keep your business and to make profit. That's what you need to do. Another thing that she mentions, which I loved, is you cannot raise your prices without people trusting you and without people knowing you. If you don't have trust and visibility, people will they won't pay. I'm not going to pay 500, 700, 1,000, $5,000 or euros or whatever for somebody that I just saw dancing on a carrot on a reel on social media. I won't as a customer. So why would I use that business model for me? Why would I just dance and magically create a cake and expect people to pay me, I don't know how much. hundreds of dollars, if not thousands, for a cake that they don't know. They don't know if I can deliver. They don't know if their taste good. They don't know if that is just one random cake that I made, or that's my whole portfolio is made of cakes like that I can prove that I'm constant, that I'm consistent. I mean, or I just show up every, I don't know, every week, once a week, or every 2 weeks saying, hey, I make cakes, buy from me. I can't. People, and I buy from me, and it's going to be expensive because I'm worth it. No, that's not how you work. Other thing, I'm going to paraphrase more or less what she mentioned. People buy clarity, connections, and results. I have seen so many times this, and I know you've seen it, and don't tell me you don't hate this. This BS of scarcity. Buy now because the offer is going to go away. The launching. And I have done it. Guys, I have done it. And I have to say, I have done it and always felt like I was wearing somebody else's shoes. But I tried. I tried. I had to try it. I had to see if it worked. Honestly, I'm not I'm not afraid anymore of saying I did it and it didn't work. I don't feel shame. I don't feel like, oh, I fell for the trap. No, I'm honest. I did it and it didn't work for me. The launch template is all the same. And I have to be honest, sometimes I didn't even follow the whole thing because it felt stressful and off. The webinars, the millionaire overnight. Don't tell me you have not listened to that. Like, I threw my offer in there. I went to sleep and in the morning I had thousands of dollars in my account. Yeah, right. It's like, come on. Well, we make cakes. It's going to be hard to do that. But anyway, all of these PS on Instagram and Facebook and social media, the fake stories, the fake achievements, like because I have 700 people enroll on my webinar. And then you get into the webinar, it's just crickets. Um, I mean, so I've seen it so much. People need to trust you. And there is so much offer out there, so much offer. And that you can actually relate to our cake industry. Try to search for decorated cakes on any platform. It's nuts. Bakeries, decorated cakes, wedding cakes, I don't know, cake artists, cake design. It's everyone. It's so easy. If you have a kitchen, if you have a little bit of talent, if you buy the products in any of the amazing stores that you have, either face to face or online, and you're a resourceful person, men or women, and you have an Instagram account, ta-da! You're a cake artist. You're a cake decorator. You sell cakes just like that. So the demand is so big, and what happens is the trust is so slow. The demand, no, sorry, the offer is so big, but what happens is the demand is less and less. The trust is less and less. People is not trusting everyone. People is watching our cake accounts as entertainment because that's true. It's like, oh, look, oh, how they make a cake in 5 seconds on a TikTok. Woohoo! That's it. No one is buying because you have a cute post on Instagram. You have to prove that you deliver. You have to prove that you are consistent, that this is actually what you do, and people trust you, and you have feedback from your clients, and your client says that your cakes are good. That's another thing. Do your story, that story that people tells, match up with your reality. It is a crowded industry. Our industry is packed. And if you don't have clarity on your product, if you don't have client clarity on your target audience, on your client, and people don't trust you, it's going to be hard to sell. So, do you want to keep pushing and trying to recreate a model of something that everybody else is doing and it might work for some people, it might not work for a lot of people? Or do you want to make it in a way that it feels comfortable for you, simple, and easy to do? You have to think about this. This business model that I'm talking about, that I think is BS, is centered on you, not on the client. And I loved when Kylie say that, because it's true. We keep talking about how I am a cake artist, how I will help you, how I make the best cakes, how my flavors are good, how I had a problem and I overcame it. I mean, what about I don't want to know about you. I want to know what you can do for me. I mean, I'm going to make you the best cake. You have the right to have the best flavors. You deserve a great treat. Just changing the narrative. If we keep using business models that do not work for us, it lacks clarity, outcome, and strategy. Uh, like I said, it feels off. If your strategy doesn't align with you, if it's not clear, and if you cannot prove the outcome of what you're offering, whatever it is, if you teach cake decorating classes, if you make cakes, if you're a wedding cake artist, if you are a demo artist, if you have a magazine, whatever it is, if this strategy doesn't align with who you really are, with your audience, if you're not clear, if your product is not clear to the audience, and if you cannot show that this is the outcome that you get, this is the product that you're going to have, people's just going to keep scrolling. That's what happened. People's going to move to the next one and keep looking. Uh the i think in general, customers, the audience on social media, the audience out there, they're all just looking to be entertained and looking for something that tells me this is the outcome that I want. So if you cannot show that, it's going to be hard to use any of those business models. Um, Another thing she mentioned that I loved, she talked about money. Uh, and again, I'm going to shoot myself on the foot because she says money is more than a mindset. And I do teach money mindset. I think it's crucial to have a good mindset of money, but it's not it. There's more to it. Um, Again, the message, the proof that you can deliver, the offer has to be trustable and has to be clear in order for people to just give you their money. Otherwise, forget it. People really want to know exactly what you offer. And I have to say, this one hit me hard when I listened to her podcast, because again, I do so many things at the same time, and I offer so many things that sometimes I feel I confuse my audience. And that one hit me hard, and I promise, and I said it here, confession time on my podcast, I'm going to work on that. And it has to be clear and easy. People need to have that instant connection. uh, you have to think, when a person wants this kind of cake, this kind of treat, this kind of class, are you the obvious choice? Is people thinking of you as, like, not the obvious choice because you stand out from the crowd, but because when they find your page, your web page, your social media, say, this is what I'm looking for. Because that's another thing I keep saying. I have said before that in order to stand out, you have to show that um, you're good at what you do, right? That if you are a cake artist, your cake artist is clear. People know that you're good at it. People, I mean, there. But you're just starting. Maybe somebody out there is just starting from their kitchen and nobody knows them actually. And do you really want to create that name? Well, it's simple. When people encounter your webpage, your social media, and I want a cookie and I see cookies and I see a place to go and buy the cookies, you are the obvious choice too. So you don't have to be famous in order to be the obvious choice. Your clients need to be confident in you, not you to be confident in you. Your clients are the ones that need to trust you. You have to be confident, of course, you have to be comfortable, I've said it the whole episode. Make things in a way that are comfortable for you, but think in your audience, your customer. The customer is the one that has to trust you and be confident on your work. You're priceless. Your worth is not countable as a human. You cannot put price on you. But remember, you your business is you, but you are not your business. So be clear on that. Make sure that your audience knows what you do. It's clear on price, it's clear on value, it's clear on outcome, and people will eventually buy for you. It's simple. It's simple. Um, Go check out. I'm gonna share Kylie Kelly's episode here because it's really really good, and she will be a guest on the show. And follow her because she's really good. She has really great information. So, my sweet friends, this is it for today. I think I made it a little bit shorter, not the 20 minutes that I wanted, but this is what I think about business strategy is not cookie cutter. These business models are not the same for everyone. Ask yourself the questions, see if it works for you, if it's suitable for your business. And remember, it's easier than you think. And if you need any help, book a discovery call with me and we'll talk about that. So, my sweet friends, this is it for today. And I leave you as I always leave you. Stay safe and stay creative. I'll see you next week. Bye bye.